Hello, this is Farina Support, and today we are going to discuss about the inventory plugin in detail. The inventory plugin deals up with all your inventory, like the goods that you purchase from, and if you want to keep a record of all the things, then the inventory management is the best thing that can be at your ease, that can be helpful. So to access the inventory plugin, all you need to do is just go upon to the more and click upon inventory. On clicking upon the inventory, you will see a home page, which is actually the inventory home page. And like other plugins also, we need to start up with the settings first of all. So we need to start up making the category. In store category, we must make the categories under which the inventories come under. Like the categories can be something like consumable and non-consumable. So let us say that I am making a category called non-consumable, and the code can be NC. Having done the categories part, now we need to shift to the store type. The store types are to be added first of all. The store types can be something like sports, and so this is how we need to create a store type. Now having created this sports store type, we need to create and manage a store. We need to name our store something like the sports good, and select under which type or which category it might come. So it might come like I'm naming my store as cricket, and the code can be CRIC, store type sports, and the category non-consumable. So this would create a store for you. So this is the store where you need to create when you need to have your. Next comes the store items. The store items are the things which would be included in your store. Let us say that you first of all you need to select the store for which you want to have. Let us say I am creating sports good here or cricket here, and as I can see that there are no items in this store, so all I need to do is just go upon to the new button here, click upon new, and create a store item. Let us say my item name would be cricket bat. The quantity can be 50. Unit price, I'm putting it up as 200, and a random batch number. So this would create a group of store items inside the store category cricket. So the next job is to make the suppliers type. So I have created a a supplier type with the name sports item and the code SI, which will be coming up in the list shown here. Then comes the supplier. Here we need to make a record of all the suppliers that are available for your institution. So I am creating a supplier name with the name. Please note that the information regarding the suppliers has to be entered so that we can keep a track of all the suppliers that we have in our inventory at a later period. Next comes the TIN number or the tax identification number. It has to be entered. before going to it, and this would create a profile or a mini profile of a supplier with the name Manshuk. So here is the list of all the supplier names. Moreover, if you want to create a new, you can create it using the new link from here. So this was all about the settings that were that happens before we start upon using the inventory. Next comes the process of having the inventory items right from the start of inception of how all the things what all has to be purchased, and we will land upon creating a receipt of all the things that was purchased. So we need to start up with the indents itself. First of all, whenever we want to we want to have something in our institution, we need to create an indent for it. To create indent, you can go to the indents link from the inventory homepage. Then you need to create a new indent from the new link here. So I would be creating the bat here. I will be creating an indent for the items bat, which comes under employers equipments. Then the required amount, let us say my required amount is somewhere around 200. There are available as 25 are still available, and this gives you a batch number of all the particular store that you have earlier put while you have entered the store item. This completes the process of raising up an indent. Once the indent has been raised, you can make a purchase order of the indent there itself. So now you need to create a new purchase order. The indent type was 3 with the purchase order 3. The store name, the supplier type, and the supplier name has to be entered before raising a new purchase order. Then comes the store item, where the unit price is mentioned, and we need to put the amount there, and a discount if you have. If you do not have a discount, you can go with 0 and save. This would create a new purchase order with the number 3 here itself. So having created the purchase order, now it's the person who is in charge of the inventory. The person who is in charge of inventory can be admin himself, or he can always be an employee with the required privileges. On clicking upon issue, this purchase order will be shown on what all things are there for this particular purchase order. Once you can see, if you want to add an item, you can add an item here and save it. So this would create the purchase order 3 for the store name employers requirement. Now, having made the purchase order, the last thing that we need to do is just go upon to the GRN link and create a new GRN here for the purchase order made. The purchase order that we made was number 3, and the invoice number or the receipt number that we would see in our areas, I am putting a invoice number as 1234. The GRN date has to be entered and the invoice date has to be entered here, and if you have other charges, you can put it as or else you can leave it as 0 itself. So these things has been selected up automatically, and on clicking on save, the GRN for this has been generated. So this completes the process of creating the things, of creating an indent, followed by raising the purchase order for against the indents and the GRNs or the receipts. So for a later period, if you want to have a reference of all the received goods in your inventory, then you can use the PDF button here to have a PDF report of all the goods received. So this was all about the raising of GRN. Furthermore, the transaction that was made can also be viewed up from the finance of transaction. As you can see that if I want to have a report of this, I will always get a report of the I will always get a report of this amount. So 248 rupees was incurred for in inventory for today's date. So this is how your GRNs, your indents and your purchase orders can be efficiently be managed using the inventory plugin from Fedina. So this completes the webinar on inventory. Now we would be moving up to the queries itself.